Now, I think I told y'all once before that one of my grandchildren came by here. All of them are favorite. Right. But this one right here, he a character. He like a daredevil, right? He came by here on my birthday. You know, drove up, got out, came in the yard, told me happy birthday, gave me a little hug and everything. I'm sitting over here, minding my own business. Got my little drink over here and stuff. I'm halfway between, this and that. Between being, I'm just mellow. How about that? So he went inside. Stayed in about 5, 10 minutes. I'm still out here, doing my own little thing and stuff. And he said, "Here, hit that." Now, first of all, I want to let y'all know, I don't normally hit that like that. So I said, okay, I'm going to hit that, I'm being, I'm tough today, shoes. We celebrating a birthday. So I get that, Yeah, I'm the one that lit it up. I lit that rascal. I hit that sucker, and all of a sudden, I got to coughing and stuff. I almost cut my wind off. I said, "What the hell?" When it was coming out my nose, all of a sudden, I started smelling unleaded gas. I said, "What the fuck you done gave me? Did you give me some gas?" He bust out laughing. He thought shit was funny. I told him, I said, "Man, I don't know what you done dip this shit in some gasoline." I said, "Look here, that y'all need to stop playing around. I know everybody want to be an alchemist, but goddamn, you need to slow that shit down." Now I'm gonna tell you how it went. So later on that evening, after everything had calmed down and settled and stuff, I went inside, got myself together so I can go to bed. Right, I laid down, and go to sleep. All right. I don't know how long I was laying there, but all of a sudden, the thought came to me to go in the kitchen and get me something to eat, a little snack or something like that. It was kind of strong on me, too. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you, I really can't say what the hell he had in that shit. But when I walked out the bedroom and I went to the kitchen, there was this giant roach taller than me, about 5'5", right? That motherfucker was leaning up on the side of the counter. All right, looking at me, and he told me, he said, "Hey, what's up? You want something out the refrigerator?" This little motherfucker went over there to the refrigerator, opened up the door, took out the juice and put it on the counter. I'm asking myself, am I really seeing this shit or am I tripping? That was a mean ass trip. So then after that, he gonna say, I think I'm gonna get myself something too. Well, in my mind, I'm saying I ain't never seen a 5'5" roach before in my life. Cockroach, not no cockroach, the real motherfucker. Yeah, the one if you don't be careful that'll go up your pants leg and then you will be trying to get him out your, your crotch, your cock, whatever. And so, my mind is telling me, all right, if this is a real goddamn roach up in this motherfucker, I'm gonna have to put him out of his misery. So I go on the other side of the roach, and he's still leaning on the counter, with his front, whatever you call them things. I'm gonna call them legs. And I went under the cabinet, I kind of eased up under the cabinet, and I picked up the big old can of Raid. And when I got the can of Raid, he said, "Oh, it's time to go." I said, "No, motherfucker, you done got your ass up in here. You gonna die now, baby." I was a spraying ass trying to kill that motherfucker, you know. And then after it was all said and done, because I done got his ass by the time he got to the front door, I done sprayed his ass. Then he tried to run to the back door. Next thing I know, he was belly up, laying there with his legs up like this, right? And so I go, yeah, I said, "What the fuck was this?" I said, "I don't know if I'm high. Or am I actually seeing this goddamn roach? But I tell you what, I left out that doggone kitchen with no food. And I sure didn't drink the orange juice. I don't know how long that motherfucker been in that kitchen. But I tell you, don't be taking that shit from them children, them youngsters. Them youngsters be on some more shit. All right, everybody want to be an alchemist. They want to start putting shit together and stuff, trying to figure out, the ultimate high. I don't want to be high like that. Don't do me, motherfucker. But I just want to share with y'all. That was a fucked up high. When you see a roach 5 foot tall, 5'5", And we ain't talking about no regular roach. We talking about a doggone cockroach. Yeah, you don't want no more of that shit.